Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
Welcome back to the show, kids. You are tuned in to the Season 1 rundown of Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. Tom Clark back here with you as always, joined by Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. And kids, we are running down Season 1. This should be about 4.5 hours. I'm just kidding. So usually, if you guys follow Two Nations Under Ted Lasso podcast, shameless plug. First of all, thank you. Second, if you did follow that show, you know at the end of every season, we ran down the season. It gave us a chance to talk about our favorite moments, what we thought about the characters, the situations, the storylines, all that great stuff. And at the end of that series, we took the opportunity to eat. Well, guess what? Tasty rose to the occasion. And I think he may have been the one to say, well, if we're going to eat, we're just going to eat. So, this guy brought it, so we all brought it. I do not know if Joe brought it. Joe, did you what? You got nothing?
I got nothing. I had salad
Cook
for
the
my
fucking
lunch.
spaghetti.
You didn't make the spaghetti. What's going on?
I've not had time. Okay.
No time.
Make the fucking spaghetti, Joe.
Just you wait
Fucking
until the end of
spaghetti, Joe.
season 4 when I'm making duck confit and whatever the hell. Yeah, then you'll be sorry.
What we're going to do
I've
is
not
we're going
had time. And nowhere near me does cheesesteaks. And I could have bought stuff and made them, I know, but
well,
Hang on, before we go any further, can I just put a line on this? What's with this fucking cheesesteak thing, by the way? Because this is not set in Philadelphia. This ain't. What the fuck is happening?
I just got like a beef sandwich from the only place that would sell beef sandwiches, which wasn't Subway.
it is a beef. It is a beef sandwich and not a cheesesteak.
I mean,
but you know what I mean. It's a hot beef.
To be fair, I could have gone to that place. Me and you got that French dip from Tasty, but I didn't have the time.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Well-
But I've got just to clarify, because I want the world to see this. I've got a proper French, a homemade French beef, Italian beef sandwich. I simmered this in the stock. I've got a cup of stock for dipping. It's going in there. I'm going to get this all over my
Just
microphone.
drink it later.
he's going to
Oh,
drink
I
it to
will.
wash it down with.
You better
It's
drink
just-
that.
It's just posh Bovril. I'll drink it. I mean, it's got a
Beefy
lot
drink.
of. It's got a lot of salt.
Beefy
I'm
drink.
really worried about the salt. But
Well,
I'm
there's
sorry.
bacon.
Yes.
That should upset you. There's bacon in my sandwich. I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
And there-
Especially American bacon.
There went my workout this morning. It's all gone. You know what I mean? It's gone. Well, here's what we're going to do, guys. We'll set Joe up and tell him that we're going to do this big thing, and then he'll be the only one that does it. And we'll just show up with no food and be
It's
like,
fine.
how come you guys haven't? I'm like, I don't know. We're not doing that. Anyway,
Had the weekend I'd had, I would have been fine. But I've had a plague of locusts in my house. So.
well,
Joe, next season, come around to mine. We'll get a deep dish pizza from the pizza place down the road.
Oh, deep dish pizza's hot. There is one in town near me, and it's.
I live in Liverpool city centre, so I have access to all
It
of
doesn't
the food. basically.
sit well with me, deep dish pizza. I
Tasty,
don't want to
can
eat
you-
soupy pizza.
Can I come round and have some deep dish in yours?
Oh, absolutely.
hey, I live in America. We have hordes of locusts every day in this country. It's can't turn around. You can't turn
They're
around.
Republicans, Tom.
Hey, you said it. I didn't. You said it. I didn't. All right, guys. Again, we're here to run down.
Before we get in, can I just do a slight bit of housekeeping? So I was around at my parents yesterday, and my mum said, because my mum loves the Bear, like she got really into it.
Nice.
She said she's seen the Facebook post for this, and then she said she intends to listen to this podcast when the first season's finished. So I just want to say, Mum, if you're still listening, thank you, and I'm sorry
Well
how many
done.
times I said fuck during this recording.
Well, there's another one.
Yeah. I can.
Jay's got nothing. He's like, yeah. I'm not
No,
gonna-
it's very much like that. Can we say bugger? No. Okay.
You're live on Channel 4, don't say fuck or bugger.
Please do not say fuck off bugger.
That's
Well,
a reference for the 90s.
That's a reference to
Yeah.
very specific people from the
That,
UK.
that,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's like the third time you've referenced that TV show this month.
And it's more than
and
anyone should.
I feel
Yeah.
feel
it's not
like-
stood up to the test of
I
time.
feel like that's literally like a reference for just me and Joe.
So
But
when's the Bo Selector podcast? When we get in Tom
Oh,
and Bo Selector?
we're not getting Tom and Bo Selector. He'll never speak to us again.
Yeah, this would be cancelled so very quickly,
Mhm.
as it should have been back then.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
so Mama Tasty, we apologize for your son cursing a streak. but,
Tom made me do it.
I
It's-
apologize for nothing.
Don't believe that. Don't believe that. I'm a good-hearted soul. Yeah.
My
So
mother's met me and Joe. She knows we swear for the fucking country. It's fine.
see, he did well. There you
I
go.
try and dial it down. I got through all Tom's show on Friday without swearing for the first time ever.
He swore twice. He likes to say he didn't, but he said
I did
two.
not.
You totally did.
Oh, don't, because I tried so hard not to.
You totally did.
Did I?
You didn't drop the F-bomb, but you swore twice.
Oh, that's
It's
not real
fine.
swearing, as far as I'm concerned. In Britain, that's just standard day. No, I was so proud of myself.
Well, had you showed up with that sandwich, I wouldn't have said anything to you.
Okay, I don't know what's true and what's not now.
Had to get with the program. Hey, we're going to keep this loose, kids, in case you can't tell. We're all going to eat as we do this. Let's talk about favorite moments from season 1. Jay, you just took a bite, so I'm going to build you up here and give you a chance to digest that food you got in your mouth there.
That's all good.
Jay was the one, kids, who had never watched this show, and he was very patient with us and with the process, with the system that we put in place, so to speak. And he held on and didn't watch until we started reviewing the show here together, the 4 of us. So, Jay, having said all of that, we're through season 1. How are you feeling? What favorite moments? What's your big takeaways? What do you think? How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited for season 2. I still haven't got a clue where we're going with this. Like, obviously, we know the new restaurant's coming. No idea where we're going from that. I think my favorite moment, that the whole hot dog episode's brilliant. Like the kids' party episode. The thing that always cracks me up is Richie trying to put that massive inflatable hot dog into the back of the car. And then it cut into like them being at the place later, and he's like taped the t-shirt onto the hot dog. But to be honest, I think the one thing the show does really well is it balances the humor and the really serious moments. Like, there's that much really intense stuff going on in the show that when it does allow itself to have a little bit of comic relief, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I love the hot dog in that party. That's the Ecto Cooler party as well. Great moment there. For me, I think the brawl, and this happened more recently, the brawl between Fack and Richie is freaking fantastic because their trash talking is straight-faced trash talking. It is absolutely horrible. Like, on no planet are you offending anybody by the things they're saying to each other, but it's working on each other because they've got such a history. But if anybody looked at you straight-faced and said this thing, you're like, what are you talking about? I just love it. I love it so much. And how he's like, Mama knows now, talking about Carmy. That's, oh my God, that's the best. Yeah, I mean, Fack to me is he's one of the highlights of season 1. Maybe I'll compare him to Higgins in a weird way, where he's always, sometimes his line, like, he doesn't have a lot of moments, but when he speaks, he'll have these great lines. You're like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Like we said, that one episode, the continuous
job
shot episode
in the toilet is one of the funniest bits of it, where he's gone on about playing keyboards, and it's what's that got to do with anything? And I believe that like fact stuff is massively improvised.
Well, like you say, there's that one episode, isn't there, where it's like the continuous shot, and he only has one line in the whole episode. All he says is, "Oh, Carmy's mad."
Yeah. I've got a great vibe. Fuck your vibe. Don't fuck my vibe. Like, he's hurt.
I once heard people like that described as a comedy sniper. Like, they're not shooting off hundreds of bullets a minute. They're just taking the time, lining up the shot.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that. Joe, what about you, man? What stands out for you from season 1?
I mean, I like the way that it piecemeal stuff together. It kind of tells the story in reverse, so that as it goes on, you find out more and more information about what's happened to these people and why they are the way that they are and why they're in the situations that they're in. But it's always done in a sort of show don't tell kind of way. It's done in a very, you've got to be paying attention. The Bear's one of those shows that you have to be watching. You can't be on your phone and stuff because there's stuff going on constantly. As far as my favorite moment is, again, it's the Ecto Cooler episode where Pete's just asleep. I'm just like, we could just kill him. I don't know what it is about his face. I just want to punch it so hard.
I want to punch it.
And it's like, but when they're in the car driving home, and he's just, it's. I think of, even though it's someone you hate, you still have to love them. And
he just wants to be loved. He just wants to be part of the gang. He's so happy to be included, even though he's like off his face on like Xanax.
But even like when they come around to his oh, you've got a chest freezer, that's handy. And like he's like, yeah. And it's Pete is again like Fack. He doesn't get a lot of lines, and he's, I wouldn't say comedy sniper, but he's just inherently funny through
his delivery.
His naivety of the entire thing. He
Yeah.
doesn't know what cousin Jimmy does. Uncle Jimmy does. Like, he thinks Uncle Jimmy's a legitimate businessman, and he's not prepared to question that any further. But yeah, he just wants to be accepted, wants to be part of the crew, and yeah, they'll let him, go on a boys' night out, but they'll abandon him in a pizza shop like 2 drinks in.
He feels like he's trying to. So the way Richie's trying to like kind of like cling on to Mikey's memory a lot with like and become Mikey. He feels like he wants to like gravitate to them the way people did to Mikey.
Yeah. But it's just an incredibly well told story, and it does the parallels between that and the Ted Lasso thing of you need to get people on side. Is one of those great ones in it. But I also do really love the one shot episode, just because it's the most stressful thing until season 2.
All chaos. Tacey, so by the way, whatever moment you got, let's hear him. But also, going off what Joe just kind of brought up, like the chaos of this show, do you think there was enough of a balance between the chaos and the humor? Was it to one side or the other? What do you think?
So this is what really hit me when we did the rewatch. So I watched this like all in one go when it first came out. I just did it all. I think I did it all in a day because it was like I couldn't stop. Like, I couldn't put it down. And the episodes, but apart from like the last episode, they're all like 20 to 30 minutes, which in the year of our Lord 2020 that's a YouTube video that doesn't exist anymore. We're talking hour-long episodes of everything now. And the one thing that actually struck me on the rewatch was I thought there was, in my head, for some reason, I remember there being a lot more chaos and stress. There's only really like 3 episodes that made me feel like a bit anxious, which was like it was the first or second one, obviously the full length one, and there's the other one. There's only like 3 bad services in the entire sort of show, and it's sort of all right. No spoilers, but as we move away from the beef into whatever the future holds, I think that in my mind, I'm misremembering, that seems to lessen again. A little bit of a spoiler for you there, Jay. I had in my head that there was a lot more of the sort of, oh my god, I want to just hide behind the couch because everything's going to shit and stuff's literally on fire in the first season. But the balance, I think it, as Joe said, one thing I really like about the show is, and we talked about this all the way throughout the podcast, is it does live in the quiet moments and in the little one-to-ones the characters have, and that's when we really get down to the nitty-gritty of like people, when people start to finally talk about their feelings, and the way they do it so effectively is they use that to give you the exposition. So they use that to give you like the backstory and tell you. That's when you learn little things about Mikey, like what happened to him, like where he was going, what he was doing, and stuff like that. And it's like you said, it's a show you can't be on your phone. It's like The Wire. It trusts its audience to pick up on the clues. It doesn't hit you over the head with them. It doesn't put the neon lights up and shout at you. I think it rewards multiple viewings, because I certainly thought more about it this time and sort of got deeper into the themes of it this time than like the first time I watched through. I was literally just, oh, it's a show about cooking. Oh, he's not dealing with grief very well. But going back, and I think it's just because we were talking about it in this way, it's made us dive into all these different themes, and we've pulled up ideas and theories and like sort of themes that I never saw the first time around. So it's an incredibly layered show, and it's an incredibly rewarding show to watch closely, I think.
I rewatched it before, like the entire season before we recorded this episode, and like that I noticed so much more the second time around. Obviously, I knew like there were various things I knew what I was looking for, but even like little like just throwaway bits in a scene, and it's like, oh yeah, there's that.
Like I said, I didn't realize the first time. Obviously, you don't know the first time, but the second time you watch it through, in like the second episode, Carmy's almost opening a can of tomatoes, and he doesn't because someone interrupts him, and
At
he
the end
throws
of
it in the trash.
at the end of the first, he does.
Yeah, and if he'd have opened that can of tomatoes, the whole season would have been different.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. The whole show from that point changes. Like, yeah, things happen much differently. But I feel like they kind of happened in the order they needed to happen. Like Sydney needed to come back of her own free will. Like as much as, she had a hand in it. So did Marcus and the way they walked out. But Carmy also had a big hand in it, obviously. Like had Carmy pursued her and blew up her phone and said, "Hey, let's iron things out." But she came back of her own accord. Like she supposedly came back to get her last check, but when she saw what they were doing, and Richie's like, "Put an apron on, get a can opener, let's go." Just his way of saying, "You're on the team. I didn't like it, but it's fine. We'll work it out." You know what I mean? Like I think maybe it kind of had to happen that way because they need to be partners in this. I don't think it could be more of one than the other. They kind of need to meet middle of the road, I believe, for this thing to work.
Yeah, it's not just it's not just Carmy and Sydney as well. Like they need everyone else to be on side, and Richie is that last domino to fall of it.
Yeah.
But I think he genuinely likes Sydney because Sydney doesn't put up with his nonsense. Like she gives as good as she gets off him, and that bit where they go to buy the cork, and she gets a little window into the fact that, he's all this bravado on the outside, but he's a lonely, afraid man because he's got nothing. Yeah. The one friend he had has gone, and his wife's gone, and he can see his kid, but and it's all bluster and bravado. She sees through that, and I think it's like you said, it's him going, yeah, okay, I'm okay with you being here. It's these beautiful little bits in it. Like I said, it's the quiet moments in the show that are so well done of just two people talking to each other.
I think by that point in the season as well, like at that point in the episode, he's had that scene with Carmy where he's like, "You're all I've got left." So I think he's kind of realizing like I can get on board with this, and I can I can fight it, or I can get on board, and that's his way as well of like being like, "Come on."
Yeah, because at the start of the show, Richie's in denial. Like he can't accept what's happened, and like his stubbornness and his reluctance to change is sort of his way of holding on to. We've talked about this. His way of holding on to Mikey's memory, and like he thinks that if he keeps everything the same, everything can just be the same, and like you won't have to deal with the fact that there's this big hole in his life. And then, yeah, he's, as you say, he obviously he's really like aggressive to Carmy at the start because Carmy's trying to rip all this away from him and like sort of upset his world. And he has that big discussion. Is it with Sydney? He talks about like all the way everything's changed and the townhouses and all this. And
it's with what was he called? Corky Phillips, the gangster outside, Fat Legs. What was he? I can't remember his name.
Crooked John.
Crooked John.
Crooked John.
Crooked John. Yeah.
And that's I think that's when he kind of gets on board with it.
Yeah, and through because we wondered, didn't we? Like because he calls the cops on John at the end, and the gangsters. And I think I said, is that because he was pissed at Sydney for making friends with him, and he couldn't resolve it? But no, I think you were right, Joe. You said no, maybe it's just that this is a sign that he's actually got some pride in the restaurant and he wants to see it progress. He realizes that he can't keep living in the same like sort of shithole situation that he's been living in for the past like however many years. And then at the end of the show, he finally admits to Carmy, like, "Look, I need you. You're all I've got left." Which is, yeah.
The show does do a lot of those ambivalent kind of things. Like, it's up to you how you choose to interpret it. Like, did he phone him just because Sydney fixed it and he couldn't, or is it because he's on board? Either way makes sense. But it's up to you to decide what you choose to believe, which is rare.
I think a way you can look at it as well with Richie is that he's fighting against the change because it's kind of like the memory of Mikey when they can reinvent the restaurant and make it do well in memory of Mikey as opposed to like to make him proud as opposed to preserving his memory of a
There's probably a
restaurant
bit of
which
fear there as well,
wasn't
because like,
doing well.
he doesn't really know how to do anything else, as he's expressed. This is all he does, and as you've seen, like, he comes alive when he does that counter service, when he's like calling out and busting balls with the regulars, and
Yeah.
and he's Mr. Big Dick, and on the counter, like, he knows everyone's nickname, Mr. Golden Cock or whatever, and yeah, that's when you see him. That's when you only really truly see him happy, like, the entire season, when he's jaw jacking with the customers, and he's like, he's like giving a bit of verbal cut and thrust, and I think, obviously, no spoilers, but the way the restaurant's going, there ain't gonna be none of that no more.
No, because and again, we can't spoil it, but if things go the way Carmy wants them to go, kids, you may not recognize this place in season 2. And I'll leave it at that.
Just a little spoiler for you guys, and I'm sorry to do this, but the man with the golden cock is not going to be visiting the bear.
That's a very different James Bond film.
It is. Yeah.
Let's talk about risotto in the second season.
Yeah. And short ribs, yeah.
Brine.
Let's talk about the character development that we saw in season 1. The characters at the end of episode 8 versus the beginning of episode 1. How they got to the end point versus where they started. Who was the character here, Joe, that surprised you the most? That going back and rewatching it, maybe trying to remember back when you watched it the first time, who was the character that you thought by episode 8, man, I never thought that character would get to this point? Is it Richie?
No, Richie holds on to it for so long. The fact that Tina is so mean at the start, like, she's awful. There's the whole missing knife fiasco thing. She's horrible to Sydney. I forgot that Marcus loses focus massively. After one gentle pat on the back, he goes donut vision for like 6 episodes solidly. And I forgot about that. I think that's the bit that shocked me the most. I thought Marcus was on board. He is on board from day one, but in his own weird way. And he loses focus in it. It was always going to be Richie, because Richie's, as we see in that flashback episode, Richie loved Mikey, and he's a completely different person in that clip than he is now. And so he was always going to be reticent to let it go.
But so did Tina, as Tina said at the end of the
series.
Yeah,
they all loved him.
But it's interesting that the two people who have the biggest issues, like, sort of coming around, are Tina and Richie, and they're the two who had probably the strongest connection with Mikey.
Yeah, it's I would say those two. But then, like I said, I forgot Marcus. There was moments in it where I really hated him. You've been told
not because he's a bad person, just because.
No, just because you're not doing your job that I'm paying you to do.
I think there's differences. Like, I guess the best way to kind of put it for me is that a lot of the characters come across as like they're entitled, but in different ways. Like, Richie feels like he's entitled to be the person who should have got the restaurant because he's the guy who's doing the day-to-day operations of it there. Tina, I think, just feels like she's entitled to have a job there because she's part of the furniture. And Marcus and Sydney, because Carmy's praised them quite early on what they're doing, they've got that sense of entitlement where it's like, well, how dare he tell us off for not doing things right when he's already at this point told us we've done this right. You just got to look at like the review thing with Sydney, where like she gets told like throughout that episode, and I didn't realize this is one thing I noticed a lot in that episode in particular. There's like so many things that Carmy does to try and like say to her, will you just drop it, about the risotto, where she mentions it and he's like, oh, I don't know, let's talk about it another time. And then he brings up like a resume and like even says like your previous employers all said you're good at what you do, but you're quick to rush into things and getting over your head. And then he again brings up the risotto. She brings it up again and she cooks it, tries it. It's tremendous, but it's not perfect. And then like throughout that episode, she's getting more and more entitled that he's praised me. Why isn't he saying this is as amazing as I think it is, as opposed to this is really good, but we need to iron out the kinks.
And she's got to respect his decision. Like he's the head chef, and if he says no, that's not ready, we're not putting it. It doesn't go on the menu. Then you don't
she
push.
doesn't. And look why it gets them.
Again, it's Marcus and Sydney. The problem is, as someone who's like, obviously from Carmen, I'm like, look, I'm not saying Carmy's the perfect boss here because we discussed like he makes so many mistakes, and he's not a good leader, and he's not a good manager. He gets there eventually. By the end of the season, he starts to come around. By the end of that last episode, he's doing all right. But Marcus and Sydney in particular, they don't see the big picture, and they're so tunnel vision. They're so focused on what they're trying to do. And there's nothing more dangerous than that when you're in a restaurant, when you're in a hospitality environment like that. You need people to like take a step back, see what's going on, see the field, and they just can't do it. And I'm sorry, Sydney's meant to be second in charge, you know.
Yeah.
So she's got to be like, when Carmy's not there, she's in charge. She's got to see everything. She's got to know what's going on, and she just gets sucked down this rabbit hole. And I don't know, it frustrated me. That I didn't realize how much that would make me mad when I rewatched it.
Carmy's incredibly patient with her until he just snaps, because it's a toddler pulling on you constantly, and I'm like, I'm trying to run a kitchen here, and we're not doing risotto. I've already said we're not doing risotto because we do sandwiches. We don't have the time to make risottos.
Yeah, but even like with the to-go system and stuff, like, or the ordering system and stuff like that. Like he says, like, look, we've got everything working perfectly. Let's just not startle everyone. Let's just let everyone get good at this, like this process. Then we add the next thing.
Yeah.
And again, she doesn't drop it to the like almost to the point. And again, this goes back to Carmy not being a good leader, to the point where it's like he just kind of like humors it to go, all right, shut the fuck up, fine, we'll do it. Where he's said to it, like previously that episode, like you're talented, but you get yourself in over your head too quick.
The whole running a kitchen from a garage, and that failed because she got ahead of herself. She put the cart before the horse.
He literally says to her earlier in the season, we're not ready to go. And then she passes him to do it, and then she fucks it up, and then it puts
literally that episode.
Yeah.
To the start of that episode, and then she brings up the risotto, and then it's the same thing. It's like, and he says, like, we're in a good position right now. Let's not fuck it up.
Just imagine, guys, if she had kept that risotto and short rib in the kitchen, just kept it back there and said, "Hey guys, it's here. If you guys want, if you guys are walking by, get a bite."
Pounced on that,
yeah, and don't take it out there. You still would have had the chaos of the to-go order. Well, would you? Because you could argue. She was troubled by the whole, he didn't listen to my menu idea. Did it make her screw up the to-go system, maybe?
Did the orders come through as heavy as it did because of the review? Because the review goes out.
I was going to say,
as the first woman comes in, she goes, is there a risotto I can have? Doesn't she? Which I didn't pick up until you pointed it out. There's some people asking for the risotto. So that review has...
And then to Richie's point, did she do that maliciously? Did she just give it to a customer? I don't think she knew it was a food critic, but I think she gave it to a customer knowing that she creates some sort of like social media buzz to sort of, this is a way to backdoor this risotto into the menu, because if someone tries it and tells 5 friends, then they'll come back and ask for it. And then
I think she's done it that way, where she spat a dummy and she's gone, "Oh, you can have that," because they don't appreciate it in there.
And I don't want to get serious, but that's insubordination. Like, you can't be having that off your staff.
No.
Keel hauler.
And literally, it's like, again, what the show does so well with that is it doesn't. The way it's portrayed is that Sydney could know that guy is, but she could not. Like, it's done in a way where the fact that she like takes it over, she introduces herself, she details the plate. She could quite easily know that's a food critic.
I mean, it was all like the local rag, though, weren't it? It wasn't.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like,
no. But the odds of her knowing who he was have diminished. Where if it was like for the Chicago,
I don't know if it's a local, like, if it's someone like local to that area, like,
could be a blogger. Could just be.
Yeah. Like the amount of times, like,
pandering to those people.
And Tasty, you'll know what I mean. The amount of times from working like in a craft beer bar, for example, and you see people who are like Instagrammers who are like from that scene, and it's like you can spot them from a fucking mile off. Like you might not know who they are, but you can.
You know what they are. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's the real
you can sense the entitlement and evil when they walk in the room.
You can see the tripod for the phone.
Yeah. You can see they've got a clip on mic already, and it's like, oh, here we go. Who's this dickhead? But
I've just bought some clip-on mics. Different reasons.
But either way, you can sort of like that kind of person you can sort of see from a mile off when you're in that environment.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe off him. He was just sitting there eating his sandwich, and she coming through a plate of risotto at him. Like,
I don't know, the way he looked at it and the way could have been either.
I mean, again, it's that ambivalence that it does. Did she do it deliberately? Did she know?
I mean, yeah. To be fair, in that episode, I was like, that guy is probably going to end up being a food critic.
But in the moment,
you did say that. Actually,
she does seem quite exasperated. She's just like, she just sees the first person she sees and goes, "Do you want?" She's literally about to throw it away, and she just goes, "Oh, do you want this?
Do you want this risotto?"
Yeah,
yeah. Obviously, it's free food.
Man, we spent a lot of time and energy on. Did Sydney maliciously give risotto with food critic?
I think she's.
But again, a lot of the forks in the path things are character choices, and you're never 100% sure that it was done on purpose or it was an accident. They're leaving the machine on.
Yeah, it's like, well, I was going to say Richie calling the cops. Like, we don't know for certain he called the cops, but it's very heavily implied that he did call the cops.
Yeah, because he was sat outside waiting for it.
Yeah, like a lot of shows would have shown you that scene of him dialing for the fucking number and making the call, and the bear allows like the breathing room to like kind of go like see it happen and go, oh, for fuck's sake, Richie. But then you go, well, did he do it, or is he just kind of like, is he just there sulking because he's been told off again? Like there's that much ambiguity that you can kind of like piece this together in your own head as to, and as you say, the blend is another one.
Like you choose your own adventure book. You could watch it and take it different ways each time, and it wouldn't diminish it. It would just give you different feelings about the characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that with the mixer, I do genuinely think that was just Marcus being a fucking idiot.
Yes. The only pure soul.
He was behind on time, wasn't he? So he was running the mixer hot.
Yeah. And it looks like it's been stolen from Chernobyl. That thing, like it's
seen better days.
Seen a couple of world wars. That mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boink Studios YouTube is the home of Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Subscribe to the channel for archives that date back to 2014, with new content being uploaded every week. And check out boinkstudios.com for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Bookmark the site today.
Well, kids, as far as season 1 goes, yes, it got nominated for a bunch of awards, from the Gotham Awards, People's Choice Awards, the American Film Institute Awards, the Astra TV Awards, the Black Reel Television Awards, British Academy Television Awards, Critics' Choice Awards, Golden Globes, and nominated a bunch and won several times. But it wasn't until season 2 that we started talking about primetime Emmys, and that's when the
it did all right in the Emmys.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2022 though. For 2023, yeah, I mean because 2022 is season 1, 2023 is season 2, I think. Either that or the way it bleeds over, 2022, 2023, and then 24.
I'm never sure.
And then 25. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the year after, maybe. Yeah. Either way, it's
yeah. All the episodes they won for in 2023 with the season 1 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they've done exceptionally well. Like season 1 on Rotten Tomatoes is 100% on season 1.
Wow.
Yeah, the entire season, which is, kids, you can take review aggregator sites and leave them, whatever you want to do. But I just thought I'd point that out.
As we said as well, obviously, if it was just one season contained within all of this, like you could say that it was one of the best seasons of all time.
For sure.
Like,
yeah,
it would have been argued as one of the best Yeah.
Has anybody watched ahead and watched the new season? I think one of you guys said you did already, right?
I've finished them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to pick your brain or anything. I have yet to watch that new season.
No secrets. It's still
So,
good. It's just I
haven't watched anything.
So just to give you a quick,
Good.
just to give you a quick idea of the Emmys. So it won Outstanding Comedy Series. Jeremy Allen White won Best Lead Actor for the season 1 finale.
Yeah.
Ava Moss Backrack won Best Supporting Actor or Outstanding Supporting Actor for Series, which is the episode where he calls the cops. Ayo Edebiri won for Review, which is the continuous shot one.
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Storer won Best Directing for Review, the continuous shot, and Outstanding Writing for System, which is the
That's the second episode, right?
Second, I think.
No, is it not the first?
No, the first
Brigade.
episode.
Brigade's the second one. Isn't it?
Brigade.
Hands is the second episode.
Hands.
Yeah.
Super hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it that's nothing to sniff at, but that's more to do with the acting than the direction. Than
But there's again, I don't want to sort of like cast the specter of the future over the show, but there's a lot of, and we'll obviously get well into this in future seasons of the show when we watch it and talk about it. There's also an argument that this show becomes a bit of a victim of its own success down the line, because obviously the cast do exceptionally well, especially in this first series. Like I said, they won all these Emmys, they won all these awards. They get real busy, and I think that shows in later seasons. Maybe there aren't quite as many episodes where we have all that core cast together.
there is bits in later on episodes where there are a lot of establishing shots. There's one episode in particular where Carmy just wanders about for a long time, for a good sort of 7-8 minutes of an episode of him just wandering around looking like at stuff, and it makes sense, but also, where's the quick fire witty dialogue?
So it does feel like this is very much, I don't want to say the golden era of the show, but the show definitely it does change a little bit in its sort of. I mean, I am higher on season 3 than a lot of people at the moment. We're not going to get too much into the later seasons. It still hits real well, but it doesn't have that same feeling of camaraderie. I don't think sometimes that you get. Not camaraderie is the right word, but that's that feeling of like being
I
together.
can't say anything without giving stuff away. So
the best scenes in this first season are all the scenes where there's two people having like a really like sort of emotional conversation with each other. But then there's also the scenes where like it's just in the kitchen and everyone's just bouncing off each other, and like here's Carmy's telling people what to do, and then Richie comes in and he starts swearing at everyone, and then that's like the sort of the poster, isn't it, of what this show is. If you have to show right, okay, let's spin this around. You've got to show one episode of this show to someone who's never seen it before from this first series to get them into the show. Which one would you pick?
I would personally pick Review.
Oh,
I think that's
to get him in. Ooh.
I thought if you don't like this, you're not going to like the rest of it.
Well, that's fair too.
yeah.
It's incredibly stressful, but also has moments of genuine hilarity in it.
And it's snappy. It's 20 minutes long.
It's incredibly flashy and well directed, and you meet everyone, and it goes bam, bam, bam. I know who they are. I know what their deal is.
See, I'd say the first episode's the perfect hook, because it does enough to establish interest in all the characters. It gives you a little bit of an idea of how stressful everything's going to get at one point or another, and it leaves you wanting, it leaves you with so many unanswered questions and wanting more.
See, I think the first episode's almost slightly dangerous to hook someone because, all right, it worked for all of us, but some of the characters are so unlikable.
Yeah.
They're so
it does have Richie firing a gun,
but then it does have Richie.
Yeah. To go back to to Ted Lasso though, it's the same thing. Like in that first episode of Ted Lasso, the only two likable people in it, maybe 3 likable people, Ted, Beard, and Keeley.
And Higgins.
That's
it. Everybody else is terrible.
Is an arsehole. Roy's an arsehole.
Yeah, but all the difference between like Jamie's just thick. Like Tina is vindictive.
Yeah.
It's malicious.
Tina
Yeah.
is a
In
piece of
that first episode, Tina and Richie are actively bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intentionally, actively bad people. Yeah, for sure.
Whereas like Jamie's just like Roy just kind of doesn't want to be there. Like
Richie kind like you say, Richie kind of pulls it around by the end because he saves the day by firing by discharging a firearm because that's the
in
way
a
Richie
public
saves the day.
street. It's America. But yeah,
It's what we do.
it's fine.
But then
that
again,
and steak whacking day.
Yeah.
My favorite of all the days.
Is snake or steak?
Snake. You got to get Barry White to get the snakes into your house. No, but never mind.
Damn.
Started out as a way to beat up the Irish.
We do get some more cast members for season 2. And as the show progresses, we get to meet folks that maybe we've only heard of. We get to meet the mom.
Yes.
Oh, God.
She's a piece of work.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to be in the same room with her for long. Like it's
so
impossible.
good though.
Yeah, she's great.
She's exceptional.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you just go. I can't until you've seen it and you watch it in 15 minutes installments because you've got to go outside and just take 5 minutes to yourself, like a real kitchen. It's one of those episodes that I genuinely think is one of the most stressful things I've ever watched on TV because it's just you think the one shot review is chaotic. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, we get fishes in season 2. So
I think they do a really good job though with like there's characters who obviously you're meant to think these people are scumbags, and they do a really good job of making you like feel like Uncle Jimmy, for example. You can tell he's an absolute piece of garbage, and he's
Jimmy's dropped bodies into a river. Yeah,
he's an extremely bad person. Let's put it that way. But also, you do kind of like whenever he's on the screen, it's like, yeah, I want to see more of this guy. I want to see more of
Jimmy's
what
such a
goes
fascinating character. It could be so easy to have Jimmy just be like this pantomime villain, this like
with a Stanzo brand fedora on and some plastic
but he's not.
meatballs.
He's like he's a person and he's reasonable and rational in times. And
he's got a family. He's got a kid. He's trying to do the best by them. He's trying to help Mikey. He's trying to help Mikey out. He's trying to help Carmy out. I could have broken your legs, he says at one point, but I didn't. I'm like, thank you.
Right. Yeah.
But at the same time, he's just a dad who hates throwing a party for his kid because it's too much effort and he hates children, and so he wants the guy who doesn't know
why they're all open his kids' presents.
Yeah, and also so he can wind people up by calling him Richard constantly.
Call him
Rick. Yeah,
Rick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been so easy for that to be like such a horribly drawn character and like so easy to hate. But you actually I don't say you feel sorry for him, you sympathize with him, but you actually you see his point of view, which is what the show's really good at, is presenting these characters who normally they could in lesser hands they could just be one-dimensional like horrible people, but like the show's really good at presenting. Oh no, here's this person, and here's their insecurities, and here's their flaws, and here's what makes them human. And you're gonna like appreciate that, and you're gonna see their like fears and their points of view, and like why they're doing what they're doing. And I think that's one of the real strengths of the way the show handles some of these characters.
Yeah, everyone is written as an actual character with a backstory, a reason for the why they way that they are. Because, like you said, first time cousin when Jimmy appeared, they were like, "Oh no!" And he's got his overcoat on and stuff. And I'm like, slick back hair, Tommy gun, Stanzo brand fedora. They don't stink of nothing. And it could have been, like I said, it could have been so easy to have him come in and go, "Man,
where's my money?"
And start throwing stuff around. But everyone is like when the more you find out about Tina, and you go like, oh, again, like you just assume she reacted to change, but again, she's got Richie's thing of no, we've got to keep it for Mikey. That like
Tina starts off as like this like proper battle axe, doesn't she? Like this real like hard bitten, like never gonna change, died in the water. But then like it takes a while into like season 3, spoilers. But then you see a bit of Tina's backstory and like you understand everything, and it all, and it's the greatest another one of the great strengths of the show. And I think Jay, you said this before, and we said this all the way through. it's almost like a murder mystery. Like it starts out with a note with Mikey's dead, but you don't know anything about him. You don't know what he was like. You don't know how he died. You don't know how he lived. You don't know what he's going through. You don't know anything about his mental state. And it does an excellent job throughout this whole first season of just sprinkling in little details. And then you finally get like the face reveal at the end of in the last episode. You see obviously we know who it is. It's John Bernthal, who's a fantastic actor anyway. And it's not a spoiler, Jay. You'll be very pleased to know he comes back in season 2. We get more Mikey.
I'm not.
We get little bits of him all the way through, yeah.
But it'll every time you see him, it feels like because of the way they build to it, and because of the way they sort of guard it so closely, and they don't just exposition dump all of it on you all at once. Every time he pops up, it feels like a real treat. Like you're getting a little bit more of you're getting like a precious glimpse into these like cherished memories, and like every time you see Mikey, it's like, oh, this is like a little look back into the better times, and it's like, oh my god, this feels like a breather, like a sort of, well, except for that one episode which we'll talk about next season.
Yeah, I was saying they're not all good memories. No,
No.
yeah. No, it's that thing of it fleshes out the characters by drip feeding you information rather than going, my name's Carmy, I was a chef. You know what I mean? It rewards you for paying attention.
Like there's one episode, I can't remember if it's season 2 or season 3, where you learn about Sweeps and like his story. And like he's such a minor character, but he goes on a journey. Like where he finishes, like at the end
I'm
of season.
fascinated by Sweeps.
Everyone has.
You're gonna have so much fun learning about Sweeps. And that's like a minor character. I'm waiting for the episode, please, in season 4. Tell me there's an episode about Manny and Angel and their backstories, because I want to know everything about them.
No, sadly,
Yeah.
we do get more facts as well later on.
Yeah,
some of the other facts show up.
The Council of Facts.
And one of
Sign
them.
me up.
I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I can offer you 1,000 guesses, and you would never guess who it was.
yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
can't
when
wait.
it happened, I went, "Who's that?" Yeah. And it's great. They do so well. Yeah.
The Haunting. I love The Haunting.
Stop it!
I can't wait till The Haunting gets here. I cannot wait. By the way, kids, just so you know, just to give you a little preview, and this will spoil everything. Here's the titles of episode or season 2. There's 10 episodes in season 2, kids.
10.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Beef. These are not together. Beef, pasta, Sunday. Beef pasta Sunday sounds quite atrocious.
That's
Beef
how I spend
pasta-
most of my Sundays, to be honest.
Sunday. Well, if you're gonna take it that way. Honeydew, pop, fishes, forks, bolognese, omelet, and the bear. And that's your 10 episodes, and it gives away nothing. You have no clue what any of that means.
Just looking it up now, and fishes and forks have 9.6 and 9.7 stars, like,
Jeez.
which is
sense.
unfathomable, like for a series. I'm so excited for you to get to go through these, and I'm kind of really looking forward to going back through them because I've really loved watching them. Again,
I don't want to put expectations on you here, Jay, but Forks is possibly my favorite single episode of television I've ever seen.
Oh, really? Which
It's
episode?
we said like you get
7.
horrible episodes, and then you get like a fun episode after it. But not.
Oh no.
But not quite.
Not. Yeah, it's.
I'm reading the description. I remember it now. Oh, Jay, I told you in season 1. Now I'm not going to remind you who I said this about, but in season 1, I said, "Just you wait, man." The stuff that happens with that character, my goodness, I'm like, this might be the best thing I've ever seen. Like, talk about a true evolution, a true, crazy, so good.
So with you saying that, Joe, about the 9.6 and 9.7, the only things that I've able to see on just briefly checking the top rated stuff on IMDb is the last 4 episodes of Breaking Bad. They're the only things that come close.
Wow.
Fair enough. I still
Like
think Breaking Bad was one season too long for me personally, but it ended well.
Yeah, but that last 4 episode run was like...
Oh no, yeah. I literally had this conversation yesterday. It had to end that way, and it ends spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. One of them actually has 10.
Oh, I'll be tracking that down in a minute.
Did I ever tell you the story about like the end of Breaking Bad? So when that ended, me and my parents were in America. We'd gone to New York and like we were traveling around. And that day we'd gone to an NFL game in MetLife Stadium, and we just got back to Brooklyn like at 10 o'clock at night. And we'd been in America for like 2 weeks, just like the last weekend before we were going home. And we were trying to find a bar that was still serving food. And we found a place, and like the menu looked amazing. They were serving food till 11. We had plenty of time. We walk in, we go to sit down, and they're playing the last episode of Breaking Bad on the TV. And I hadn't seen the previous one because I've been in America. So I was like, we can't stay here. We have to go somewhere. We have to go somewhere else. So we left, and we walked like another half a mile down the street to find another bar that served food that weren't showing the final episode of Breaking Bad.
Ooh, dedication
Holy
to the
cow.
bit.
That is dedication. My goodness. Well, speaking of dedication, kids, there's your season 1 rundown, and just to give you a glimpse behind the scenes, as we record this, we're going to take a short break, probably about 2 weeks, possibly 3 after you see this. We'll see how things go on the back end of what we're doing, actually recording the show, because we're cutting a little tight because real life happens and we all get very busy, but it's all good. So,
I'm going on holiday.
well, there you go. See,
Yeah.
expect he's going to come to New York and get a show spoiled for him again. So expect maybe a 2 to 3 week window after you watch this, if you're watching it the day it drops. Okay. And then we will be back with the season 2 preview. We like to preview, do the episodes, do the rundown, and then move on to the next season. So we're going to preview season 2. Then you can expect episode 1 the week after that. So once we start, we're off to the races, kids. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in here today. Thanks much for going on the ride with us. We appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying yourself. And I think we've all given thoughts. I'm not going to ask for final thoughts this time. But you know what? I will do this. How about expectations for season 2? How about that? What do you think? Tacey, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I've already seen it, so
Sure.
I was going to say,
all right.
I know what happens.
Say it, but don't spoil it. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to a stress, but in a different way.
That's fair.
Oh, I'm just
What do you
looking
think,
forward. I'm just looking forward for Jay showing up with no hair left because he's pulled it all out. Because it's season 2. It's one of season 1 is such a, as we've said before, if it ended, it would be one of those all-time classic seasons of things. Like, but season 2, I think takes the ball, runs with it. There are some issues, as you said, but it's just as good, if not better.
I think on balance it might be better than season 1. I mean, we'll
find out because can't remember all of it.
Jay, what do you want to see in season 2? Since you don't know,
More fuck and robots.
You do get more fuck.
Fuck should have
fighting robots. Whenever fuck isn't on my screen, I'm asking why isn't fuck on my screen?
Louder, more in your face, and have access to a time machine. Jay, what have got you? Who's your favorite? Would you say Fac's your favorite character this season? Have you got a favorite character?
So I think Fack is my favorite, but then Richie won me over near the end.
You were so anti Richie.
I fucking hated Richie.
Team Richie now, boys. Oh baby.
I hated Richie until I think it was review. When it was because he was the person who you thought was gonna be the biggest nightmare in that episode. And he was literally the person holding everything together.
he was.
Sorry, Tom. You asked us for favorite scenes before, didn't you? My absolute favorite scene of the entire season, I've just remembered it now, was when Ibrahim's sewing Richie up, and he says, "Fucking Black Hawk down."
Black Hawk down.
I do love in the last episode the callback to that where Richie keeps bringing up the fact he got stabbed.
You know what? I saw you getting patched up. That was cool. That was tough. Yeah, I know.
But no, when he goes to Ibra, have you ever a couple of inches to the left, and she would have got my asshole? He's like, I had to stitch your friend's asshole up once. I think Ibrahim as well. He's very, very good character. But
so
yeah, I think fuck Richie Ibra. They're my three.
Yeah. Hard to argue with that. Fack is one of a kind, man. Like for me, like Richie is the instigator, like or the agitator. I would think that's kind of
he's
Richie's
the antagonist of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he is here. And like Carmy's kind of the underdog that you hope he's the scrapper. He's the scrappy guy that you hope gets there against all odds. The Rocky maybe archetype, I suppose. But like Richie's the agitator, and you're like, on his worst day, I don't want to be in the same room, but on his best day, he's a king. He's so great. But like getting there is a journey in and of itself. But like this cast, what can you say, man? I think they're fantastic. I think I think the show's really well casted, which I think is always the challenge. Not just for TV show, but movies, of course, any form of entertainment. If you don't have the right cast, it's not going to work. It's not going to play. There'll be something off where you watch something, you're like, did you like that show? No, something's not right. You know what I mean?
I've
And sometimes you
not seen
can't.
casting this good since I'd say like Modern Family. In terms of just everyone fully understanding the bit. Yeah. Whereas with this, everyone knows where they are and what they should be doing.
In terms of everyone just feeling like I don't see the actors when I see these people. I see the characters.
No, I see the characters. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Good call.
If you've ever seen like any like Mitch from Modern Family and anything else, you're just going, well, that's Mitch. It's Alan Partridge. It's
like,
yeah.
Just Cam. Like every time I see him, I think he's just Cam. Like
if you ever see Steve Coogan in something, it's just Alan Partridge playing.
Yeah. The guy who plays Phil
person.
is just Phil in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Credit to them for sure. And we're
What
glad
Modern
that's
Family
coming
podcast,
back. You know, I've never watched it. God, this was on for 9 years. That show?
It
was 9 years.
It's good. It has its ups and downs and overstayed its welcome a little bit.
It's a primetime sitcom. It's not like
But
know what's it called? It's not prestige television like something like The Bear is.
No.
It's a 24 episodes, 40-minute multi-camera angle,
But they're good.
But it's probably
Great
the best
writing.
example that they've made in the last 20 years.
I
Great
mean,
writing.
the alternative to The Bear that we spoke about was What We Do in the Shadows for a little bit, wasn't it? And that's something else that's similar to that sort of thing where it's very like, and it's probably inspired by Modern Family.
All I'm saying, if you ever want to do What We Do in the Shadows podcast, I've never seen it, so I could.
Ooh.
Right, that's next because I'm just rewatching it at the moment. and
I'm currently rewatching it as well, actually. Yeah.
I think it's genuinely one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
And
it's just
I've only seen the first like 5 or 6. I've not gone beyond that one.
I'm going to say this on the
and
recording. Can we maybe do a podcast where we talk about that, but we drink tea or coffee while we do it, and we call it What We Brew in the Shadows?
Oh,
get out.
Branding. I like it. I'm all about the branding.
Cobbler on and what we shoot. No. I watched.
Get some profiteroles with What We Shoe in the Shadows.
Yeah. I watched 4 Lions the other day, and I'm like, that's Nando.
Oh, Nando's.
But he's not Nando in that. Like.
So, Joe, do you want a bit of 4 Lions trivia? I saw that getting filmed in Sheffield when I lived there.
Oh, lovely! It's one of my favourite films because it's so.
I saw Chris Morris on like in the middle. He was in the shops. You know where the bit at the end with the boots.
Yeah.
I saw them filming that bit.
Full of bloody slags. Yeah. It's if you haven't seen it, Tom, do go. It's an excellent.
Especially in today's political climate, it's like all of Chris Morris's satire things. It's timeless and it's always relevant. Yeah.
Yes, it's
a lot of the time it's ahead of its time, which is frightening.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Well, kids, there you go. There's season 1. Again, we appreciate your time and attention. Stay tuned for the season 2 preview, as we said before, and then season 2 will follow immediately after that. Please continue to share the show everywhere you can. Leave us some comments, thoughts, words of wisdom, whatever you got. Review the show. Remember, we're not just on the YouTube on video format. We're also on all the audio platforms as well. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, podcast there. And we are somewhere else too, I believe. And now it's escaping me. We're everywhere, man. We're Johnny Cash. That's what we are. We're everywhere. Been everywhere.
Into space.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. 80 years
for
from
my
now,
mom,
they'll get this.
And for all the people in the Midwest, sorry for all the times she said fuck.
I'm not sorry.
I regret nothing.
There you go. I'm ambivalent. I'm not going to take a hard stance either way. That's all we got for you, kids. Tune in again again as the show continues. We appreciate it very much. But for now, that's it for us, kids. So for Big Tasty, for Joe, and for Jay, I'm Tom. And we'll see you next time, kids.